Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Panahon na ng pagbabago, dahil sa ito'y kinakailangan. Tayo na magtulong-tulong na maunlarin ang mahal nating bayan.
Panahon na ng pagbabago, dahil sa ito ay kinakailangan. Tayo na magtulong-tulong na maunlarin ang mahal nating bayan.
Panahon na ng pagbabago, at ayos ang mga dapat ayusin.
We may now be seated.
Maging tungkulin
Good morning. We are gathered here today for the inauguration of the LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension Project Phase 1. To formally begin our program, may we call on the Chairman of Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, Mr. Manny Pangilinan, to deliver his welcome remarks.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Secretary Jaime Bautista, other cabinet members, distinguished government officials, LRT1 partners, good morning and welcome to this inaugural ceremony. I would like first to thank the President for taking the time to join the fellowship of this event today. There is a quote that gets posted occasionally in social media, attributed to the then mayor of Bogota, now the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro. He said, "A developed country is not where the poor own cars, it's where the rich ride public transport." This remark is germane to this inaugural ceremony, and it's readily proven whenever we travel to visit Japan, Hong Kong, or Singapore. And whilst I understand we're still some ways from achieving that, today we made a consequential step towards a future which offers respectable public transport for our people. This extension, besides carrying additional 80,000 passengers each day and cutting commute by 30 minutes, will give back precious time to our commuters, time as parents and spouses, more time for productive work rather than the traffic, time that adds quality to life itself. Mr. President, this milestone is a testament to one of your enduring commitments to our people, ensuring that every Filipino, regardless of where they come from, has access to reliable and efficient transportation. After all, access to transit goes beyond convenience. It is also a matter of putting dignity to riding public transport. I'd also like to thank our partners, JICA, Ayala Corporation, Sumitomo, Hankyu, and our dedicated teams at the Light Rail Manila Corporation. Finally, perhaps this public-private enterprise can be regarded as essentially a public service, reflecting a commitment to improving lives one milestone at a time. The notion of public service is best captured by one of India's great leaders in his inauguration as the first Prime Minister of India, and that was Prime Minister Nehru. To paraphrase him, the service to our people means the service to millions who suffer. It means ending poverty and ignorance and disease and inequality of opportunity. The ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe the tears from every eye of our people. that may be beyond us to complete. But as long as there are tears and suffering, our work will be far from over. Thank you, Mr. President, and the First Lady, who I thought would be here, for your presence. Thank you all for celebrating this milestone event with us. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pangilinan. To give us a bird's eye view of the project with an audiovisual presentation, may we call on Transportation Secretary Jaime J. Bautista.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today's opening of the South Extension of LRT Line 1 marks a significant milestone to this first elevated railway inaugurated during the administration of our President's father, President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. And now, the LRT-1 Cavite extension is hailed as the first rail project to be opened under President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. This line extension, which will run for 11.7 kilometers, has been much awaited by residents of Parañaque, Las Piñas, Bacoor, and other communities in Cavite. The opening of the 5 of 8 stations will dramatically improve public transport into Metro Manila coming from the south, which has long been plagued by daily traffic gridlock. When the 3 additional stations are eventually opened, LRT-1 will stretch for 31.7 kilometers with depots in Baclaran and Zapote. Travel from Baclaran to here will just be 25 minutes. That alone is a huge improvement for the daily commute of residents from here. LRT-1 operator, the Light Rail Manila Corporation, will use 4-car, 4th-generation light rail vehicles, or LRVs, which we unveiled and presented to the President back in July last year. LRMC has enough LRVs to deploy 30 train sets that can accommodate an additional 300,000 passengers on top of LRT-1's average daily ridership of more than 320,000 commuters a day. Why are we launching this rail extension here at Dr. A. Santos Station is to highlight the intermodal transport facility available. So train passengers can conveniently transfer to buses, jeepneys, taxis, TNVS, or private vehicles. We are grateful to the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, for the financial support to this project. Also to the Light Rail Transit Authority for the right-of-way acquisitions, and to LRMC, the project's concessionaire, who bore the cost of constructing this extension line. We anticipate the early completion of the last 3 stations, Las Piñas, Zapote, and Ninoy in Bacoor, Cavite, to be able to extend the benefits of efficient, comfortable, and affordable train rides to more communities south of the metropolis. As we have often said, these rail projects are game changers in our effort to transform the country's transport system. They generate jobs and livelihood for those residing within or around project sites. They steer economic activity through a ripple effect in various sectors. It is then with pride that we present the completion of this train project to the Filipino people as we march tungo sa bagong Pilipinas. Magandang umaga po at maraming salamat.
Thank you, Secretary Bautista. At this point, we shall now proceed with the unveiling of the station marker at the Dr. Santos Station. This marker symbolizes the culmination of our collective efforts to bring modern and efficient transportation closer to the people. May we invite the President, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to lead this historic event. Likewise, may we invite Transportation Secretary Bautista and Mr. Pangilinan to kindly assist the President. Ready, Mr. President? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The marker reads as follows. Light Rail Transit Line 1 Cavite Extension Project Phase 1, inaugurated by His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, 15 November 2024. The LRT-1 Cavite Extension is a public-private partnership project of the Department of Transportation, Light Rail Transit Authority, and the LRT-1 Private Concessionaire Light Rail Manila Corporation. A modernization project undertaken to provide a faster and more reliable mass transportation system for the Filipino people and the traveling public. Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations to the Department of Transportation and its partners. This moment serves as a testament to our shared vision of a more connected and efficient transportation network for all. And now, may we ask the Secretary of Transportation, Jaime J. Bautista, to introduce our guest of honor and keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to our Transportation Secretary, Secretary Jimmy Bautista, honorable members of the Cabinet who are excitedly joining us here this morning, the honorable members of the Senate, and the members of the House of Representatives, Parañaque City Mayor Eric Olivares, Metro Pacific Investment Corporation Chairman MVP Manuel Pangilinan, our partners in the private sector, my fellow workers in government, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Today, we build on the dreams and dedications of those who came before us. The LRT-1 Cavite Extension has become a reality because 40 years ago, one man had a bold vision to build a modern transit system. Like many monumental undertakings, the concept of the light rail transit was first met with doubts. It was criticized as a project way ahead of its time, with costs way above what the country could afford and engineering challenges way beyond the expertise that we had. But despite this, 3 years later, after the groundbreaking, the first train started rolling. Rolled into history as the first rapid train system in Southeast Asia. Many people have forgotten that. But the LRT-1 was the very first light rail urban transit system in Southeast Asia. And since then, people who have now discovered the joy of an easy commute. Above all, as one of the biggest and most complicated public works at that time, it instilled pride in our people and reinforced the belief that Filipino talent and ingenuity can always overcome any odds. It broke bureaucratic reluctance to tackle the grand and the enduring, instead of being contented with the temporary and the piecemeal. On this day, no one is happier than his son in seeing that his father's foresight is being validated by another work that expands mass transit that he had built for the people that he loved. The L1C project has been a long time in the making, spanning 5 administrations, starting with President Estrada to President Arroyo, President Aquino, President Duterte, and now to mine. We owe this progress to the hard work and dedication of my predecessors. We must recognize their roles in helping making this dream a reality. And as we unveil the phase 1 of the L1C project, we are reminded of the simple yet powerful truth. The way forward is guided by learning from the past and honoring the values and traditions that shape our path towards a better future. The phase 1 extends the LRT Line 1, bringing us the first 5 new stations in Parañaque City. These stations, Redemptorist-ASEANA, Mia Road, Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, Ninoy Aquino Avenue, and Dr. Santos, will serve as vital access points for many, many Filipinos. The Dr. Santos Station, formerly known as Sucat, is an intermodal transport facility offering multiple bays for public and private vehicles. This facility exhibits our firm determination to provide efficient, accessible transportation options for all. With the phase 1 completion, the LRT-1 will have the capacity to serve an additional 80,000 passengers every day, significantly enhancing our current ridership. Commuters will now see a great reduction in travel time, allowing them to spend more time with their loved ones. By serving commuters across Metro Manila, Cavite, and neighboring areas, the whole project creates a smoother, more reliable mode of transport. Our journey towards a more seamless and modernized public transportation system does not end here. We are committed to building station after station, reaching as far and as fast as our people's needs dictate. Patuloy pa nating pinapalawak at pinapaganda ito. Tulad na lamang nitong pinagsisinayangan natin ngayon. At the same time, I recognize that countless rail projects, those conceived, broken ground upon, thoroughly studied, and even initially financed during my administration, may not see completion in my term. This is the nature of railway development and of any large-scale development. This is not a short-term endeavor. It requires patience, persistence, and passion and commitment that extends beyond immediate timelines. Rail projects not only commence when soil is first taken from the earth. In fact, most of the heavy lifting is done during the preparations. Our role is to ensure that we have a roster of projects running along the pipeline so that the next generations will assume that these heritage projects and take on the responsibility to finish them. Carrying the lessons of the past, we aim to intensify our work on rail initiatives. The issues on road right-of-way must be resolved fast, and disputes must not hinder work. To attract foreign investment in the transport sector, we should leverage the Public Service Act that removes the 40% cap on foreign investment in railways. Finally, the public-private partnership or PPP hybrid model on L1C serves as a perfect template for future investment. With these in mind, we are pursuing more transportation projects. Dito sa LRT-1 Cavite Extension, hangad ko na matapos ang natitirang 3 istasyon hanggang Bacoor, Cavite sa lalong madaling panahon. Ukol sa Unified Grand Central Station sa Quezon City na magsisilbing terminal kung saan magtatagpo ang 4 na linya, hangad ko na agaran nitong magkukumpleto. Nang sa gayon, handa itong magbigay ginhawa sa mga pasaherong tumatangkilik sa tren araw-araw. Para naman sa MRT-7 na tatahak mula sa Quezon City hanggang Bulacan, inaasahan ko na magamit na ito upang maranasan ng tinatayang 300,000 pasahero ang pangakong 35 minutong biyahe sa magkabilang dulo. Sabik na rin akong makatanggap ng paanyaya sa pagbubukas ng unang yugto ng North-South Commuter Railway. Hangad ko rin na maging komportable ang mga pasahero sa MRT-3, sa EDSA at sa LRT-1. Hindi na sana kailangan maglakad ng mga pasahero mula sa MRT-3 North EDSA Station na malapit sa Trinoma para lang lumipat sa FPJ Station papuntang Balintawak o sa Caloocan. At this point, I would like to express our gratitude to the people behind the success of L1CE Phase 1 completion. Of course, the DOTR that has played a central role in all of this. The Light Rail Transit Authority, the project concessionaire, the Light Rail Manila Corporation, including our financial stakeholders and contractors, for providing the Filipino people with safe, reliable, and efficient transportation services. If ease of travel is key to prosperity, then it is in the railways that we find the drivers for growth. When we connect our hubs and our heartlands through a reliable, efficient transportation system, a people's system accessible to all, we foster a truly inclusive and connected nation. Together, let us build a more advanced, progressive, and prosperous Bagong Pilipinas, one where every Filipino can look towards a future of seamless connectivity, improved mobility, and the freedom to spend time on what truly matters. I took note of MVP's quotation of the Colombian president, and this is this has been actually what I have told all in the transport system, and why I have put so much emphasis on rail transport. And that is my experience in taking I've been riding trains for most of my life, simply because as a student and as a young man, it was simply the most convenient. But I think that anyone who has had any experience commuting in big cities like New York or London or Paris, you can see that the ridership is a mixed bunch. And it's not only ordinary workers who are going to work, but you also see people who clearly are people with yung may kaya. Yung mga may kaya magkaroon ng limousine, magkaroon ng naka-Rolls Royce sila nakaparada sa bahay. Ngunit, ang ginagawa nila, sumasakay sila sa tren. Dahil, yan ang pinakamabilis, yan ang pinakamaganda, at yan ang pinakaginhawa na paraan upang makarating sa kanilang pagtatrabahuhan. And that is the point at which, when we can see as we refer to them, the rich folk riding the trains as a matter of choice, before riding their fancy automobiles going to work, simply because it is the quickest way there, it is the easiest way there, then I can say we have succeeded, at least partway, in what we have been aspiring to do. This is the Philippines we strive for, a nation that moves forward as one. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity. First, may we call on stage the government officials, those with the brown sticker. Our concessionaire, those with the orange sticker, please stand by. Our concessionaires, those with the orange sticker, please stand by. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, our concessionaire with the orange sticker, you may now proceed on stage. DOTR and LRTA officials, those with the purple sticker, please stand by. Once again, DOTR and LRTA officials, please stand by. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, DOTR and LRTA officials, you may now proceed on stage.
DOTR and LRTA officials, you may now proceed on stage. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for granting us a photo opportunity. At this time, we shall now proceed with the inaugural train ride on the newly completed LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension Project Phase 1, which shall be led by our dear President.
Kindly follow the ushers and take your respective seats on the train. A gentle reminder, this is a round-trip ride and we will all be returning to Dr. Santos Station. For your safety and convenience, no one will disembark at any of the intermediate stations. Let us enjoy this historic journey. And that concludes our program. Thank you, Mr. President, for gracing the inauguration of the LRT Line 1 Cavite Extension Project Phase 1. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
bubukas, mag-start ng operation. Bukas na ngayon, pero mag-start ng operation bukas ng alas 5 ng umaga. Kaya hinihikayat ko lahat ng ating mga commuter, subukan ninyo at makikita nyo napakaginhawa kumpara sa traffic na nararanasan natin araw-araw.
Sir, will there be a free ride?
Libre sa sir?
Libre, libre.
It's a private operated by the private
Hindi
sector.
operated kasi ng government ito. Kailangan pang bayaran yung utang.
Pero sir, now na malapit na yung Pasko, the timing.
Actually, hindi namin inisip yung Pasko. Nagkataon lang. But lahat nga nito mga rail project, basta sinasabi ko, gawin natin ang lahat para matagdagan ng matagdagan. Dahil makikita naman natin, napakalaking bagay, napakalaking na bibigay na ginhawa at mas mabilis, makapag-save ng time at simple lamang ang pagsakay ng train. Nasanay na rin naman ang mga commuter natin, kaya subukan nila itong bagong deadline. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Salamat, sir.